Okay, so I am looking like a hot mess, but a promise is a promise, and I am going to work on this face mask challenge and to see what the effects of wearing a face mask really are, and not just have pictures, but we'll show video. I just want everyone to know I am 48 years old, about 40 pounds overweight. I do have high blood pressure that I take medication for, and I have chronic bronchitis that requires 2 rescue inhalers when I need them in the winter and springtime. So I'm definitely not in the highest risk of categories, but I'm not in the lowest risk either. So I'm probably a 5 out of 10, let's say. Not in the greatest of shape, never have been, possibly never will be. Anyway, let's see how this goes. I purchased a pulse-oximeter off of Amazon. It actually just arrived, which is why I'm doing this. I apologize that I look like a hot mess. Been painting a bedroom, 2 bedrooms all day, and I'm going to be doing that here in just a minute when I get this going. But I'm going to pause this for a second while I get this pulse ox out and the batteries in. Okay, I just put the batteries in and put it on. You're going to see I've got a 98% and my heart rate's right around 100 or so because I've got a lot of caffeine in me, and like I said, I've been working all morning painting, so my heart rate's up. I haven't been resting. I can look at my Fitbit though and kind of find out what my resting heart rate is. It's usually like in the mid-60s, but we can check that later. So I'm now going to put a mask on and see how it affects just me sitting here with pulse ox, and I'm not taking this off. Okay, mask is on, and 98%. Heart rate is about the same. Again, I've been working, and just so you guys know, this is the masks that I'm using. Just regular isolation masks, pretty standard, pretty common. I've tried different cloth masks and actually can't ever get them to fit right. So anyway, so now I am going to go in and do some more work. I am indoors, but I am painting in a room, no air conditioning. So it's in the 80s in our house right now, so it's not overly hot, but it's not cool. It's not a air-conditioned office or building. So let's go see how that goes. Okay, I'm in the room here ready to start painting. Yay, painting. It's about 2:25 in the afternoon here on Saturday. What is it today? The 26th, 27th of June? I don't know. It's last Saturday in June. It's Corona calendar. Anyway, let's see how this goes. I'm going to pause it, and then I will check back in when I'm finished rolling out this room. Okay, the time is, what time is it? 2:45. 2:45. So the last 25 minutes or so I've had this mask on. I rolled out 3 walls of white paint in my daughter's room here. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. That's the blue wall I did earlier, but I did all these white walls. Rolled all that out, and let's look. 98%. My heart rate's 140. That's pretty normal for me when I get going and I'm exercising and I'm sweating like a pig in here. Because again, it's hot. There's no air movement in here at all. I don't have a fan or anything. It's just me. Windows open, but there's no air coming in from outside. This mask has been on the entire time. It's pinched around my nose, as you can see. I haven't had it off. I haven't had a drink. I got nothing in here. It's just me. Now I'm going to go next door to my other daughter's room, Delaney's room, and we're going to roll out 4 walls and see how I am at the end of that. Stand by. Okay, I'm now in daughter number 2's room. As you see, it's going to be peach and blue, and I'm about to start rolling that out. Time check 2:48, so about 3 minutes in between just me getting the paint ready, going from the other room to this room. Mask has been on this entire time. I have not taken it off. So I will check in after I get all the blue rolled out on these 2 walls, and we'll see how we're doing with the heart rate and with the oxygen. Okay, so time check. It is, what time is it? 3:10, so I have almost an hour with this mask on solid. As you can see, I'm in my car at the moment because I ran out of blue paint. 1 quart wasn't enough to do the 2 walls. So I'm headed over to Lowe's to get another quart. Let's do a quick check here. I'm in a car, it's 88 degrees outside. Okay. Heart rate's not right on that. 100% certain. Let's take my finger. Okay, so my heart rate's at 110 and oxygen is at 95 in the hot car. So we're still doing good. An hour with the mask on and all the activity I've been doing. So stand by. I'll be back with you guys again shortly. All right, I'm back from Lowe's. Time check. When is it? It is now 3:40. So I'm almost, what, an hour and a half with a mask on. Should we do another check of the pulse-oximeter here, or what do you call this thing? Let's see. And just so you know, I gotta finish that blue, do a little touch up on that blue, and then do these two peach walls, and then I'm done painting. So I'm holding in there. 97%, 112. Again, this has been pretty consistent with my lower heart rate as far as kind of being moderately active here. Heart rate spiking around 140, which is totally normal for me. My resting heart rate is usually like in the mid 60s or around 70. So we're good. All right, I will check in again when I've got this painting done. Okay, it's about 5 till 4 now, 3:55, so I'm almost an hour 45 minutes into wearing this mask. Solid the entire time. I finished my part of the painting. Jillian just wanted to paint a little bit towards the bottom, so I don't want to put her on the video. So I came into another room just to give you guys another check, and let's see where we're at now. Hang on. And then I'm going to do something else. Okay, fire this thing up so I can get my finger in there. Doot. 98. 120 something there is my heart rate. Again, this is totally normal for me when I'm active because I'm fat, out of shape, high blood pressure, chronic respiratory issues, bronchitis. Oh, I don't even know if I mentioned before, I was also a smoker for 15 years. So, yeah, so there you go. All right, I'm going to check in with you guys here in a minute. I am going to go hook my dog up on a leash, and we're going to go for a walk outside and see how this goes in the outdoors. It's about 90 degrees outside right now. Okay, so it's just a couple minutes later after my last check-in, and I am hooked up with my dog, Max. There's Max. Can you see Max? That's Max. We're going to go for a walk here over to the park. We walk about a mile. It's about a mile trail that we do for about 15-20 minutes. So I will check in with you guys here in a minute, see how we're doing. Okay, I'm halfway through my walk with my dog. We're over here at beautiful Tribeca Mesa Park. Yay! There's Max. Hey, say hi, Max. Can you see Max? Hey, hi. He's got his tongue hanging out because it's hot out. Anyway, we're halfway through. 97 on the pulse ox, 117, 120 on the heart rate. Totally normal for me. And we're going to finish our walk here, and I'm going to give one final update when I get back. That'll be about 2 solid hours with the mask on. Again, I've had it on the entire time. I haven't taken a drink. I haven't taken off for anything. I've barely sat down other than to make this particular update and driving to Lowe's and back. That's the only time I've even sat down in the last 2 hours. I've been on the move, moderate exercise going, activity, and haven't had any issues at all. But I'm going to give one final update as soon as we get back. Stay tuned. Okay, it is 4:20 in the afternoon, so it's a little over 2 hours since I just put this mask on. Just finished the walk with my dog. He's back there in the house. And this is going to be my last check-in with the pulse ox. It's 98%. Haven't had any issues all day. Over 2 hours with this on. Haven't taken a drink, haven't taken a sip of anything, haven't had it off for any reason at all. You've seen me working inside, you've now seen me outside, hot weather, no air conditioning, maybe just a little bit of air conditioning when I went to Lowe's. That's it. Got into a hot car, haven't had any problems. So I'm going to come back in a little bit after I have a chance to settle down and finish up what I got to do here in the house. But I'm going to check in one last time in a little bit tonight with some final thoughts. Hey guys, so now it's about 6:30. I've had a chance to shower, relax, have some dinner, and just wanted to give a couple final thoughts now before I process and upload this video. And I guess for me the biggest takeaway is wearing the mask had no ill or negative effects on me and my performance. I wasn't running a marathon, obviously. I wasn't doing anything like that. Wasn't doing anything insanely strenuous. It was moderately strenuous, but still it never affected my oxygen intake. Obviously didn't increase my CO2 intake because that would have flip-flopped those numbers. And yeah, so while I wasn't going all out like in a warehouse or something like that, I was certainly having more stress put on me than standing in line at a grocery store or at a restaurant or a movie theater or a bar or someplace like that where social distancing can't be practiced and you need to wear a mask. So my biggest takeaway and my bottom line is it's okay to wear a mask. I'm sorry that your feelings might get hurt. I'm sorry that your ego might be bruised. But really, it's safe to wear one. It's safe for everybody. And another takeaway I have is I've seen some people say that they don't wear masks because people aren't wearing them properly. So they're just, getting infected or whatever because they're not wearing gloves or they're not changing them out and things like that. And that could be true. But, you know, I've been taught and I'm believing in the theory and holding to that the mask is there to stop the spray, right? Remember when we were all kids and you had that one kid in class that would spit a lot when he talked and you'd say it, don't spray it. The mask is there to stop the spray. It's not there. If you're wearing the mask to filter, that's the wrong reason to be wearing a mask. That's why any type of cloth covering or whatever, some people say a makeshift covering can help because you're stopping the spray. So I would say if you're a healthcare professional and you're flaunting the fact that you're not wearing a mask because other people aren't wearing a mask and it bothers you that they're not doing it correctly, instead of taking your ball and going home, why don't you use that as a teaching moment, an education moment? Pull someone aside, go online, figure out a way to make your own video to help people wear it properly and understand the proper use of a mask. Don't just get frustrated and be like, screw it, we're all going to die, I'm not going to wear a mask. I'm sorry that was maybe a bit of a bold take, but that's just how I feel. Anyway, so I'll leave you with that. Wear a mask. It's okay. It's safe. Good night. Oh, one last thing. Go Cardinals.